No Mikeys were harmed in the making of this video. Basically, all you need is something like this. A toothpick will do. That's all you really need. There's 2 pins here. One here, and one here. Yeah, so there's a pin here, and there's one up here. And you do this one first. Push it into the other side, and on the other side, there's a little lip that you have to just pull it out. There we go. So what that does... Okay. Wow! What that does is this. That's what this does. Separates the upper and lower receiver. So, here, let's get the other pin. Separate the receivers. Oh man, this is fighting me. Oh man, she's really giving me shit tonight. Wow. This is embarrassing. You're fucking with me, aren't you? There we go. How's it going? So, we've got the upper receiver here. It's got the barrel. It's got the gas system. It's got the bolt in it. And it's got the optics and whatnot. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to remove the charging handle and the bolt carrier. Usually, you just pull out the bolt carrier first. Yeah. And the charging handle. Okay. And then there you go. That's your completed upper receiver. There's nothing in it. It's that's the gas system's still in there, but you don't take that out for a field strip. Got the lower receiver here, and what you're gonna do is to turn off the safety. There's a switch right here. If you can see that. Now it's on fire, and you pull the trigger and you let it release slowly. You don't let it drop. So you see here. That resets the trigger. This is the trigger, and this is the trigger mechanism. So when you pull the trigger, this goes forward, it hits the firing pin, the gun goes off. And then here we have to take out the buffer tube. And that's going to be a pain in the ass, so give me a second. This is the buffer spring. The recoil spring, rather. And the buffer tube is in here. It goes all the way into the stock, into your shoulder. And basically what it does, it compensates for the movement of the bolt. So when a round is fired, the gas released from the cartridge pushes the bolt back. And the bolt, it has to go somewhere. So it presses on the spring. And then the spring sends it forward again. Once it's stopped being pushed back, it goes forward again. Picks up a new round, puts it in the chamber, and then if you pull the trigger, it fires again. That's how the gun works, basically. In here, there's a tube so when you fire the gun, the gas from the cartridge goes in through a little tube, and it goes out to the bolt, and it pushes the bolt back. So you've got the completed lower receiver, completed upper receiver, charging handle, magazine, buffer, spring, and the bolt carrier. And the bolt carrier, it carries the bolt. Believe it or not, it might be a crazy idea, but all you really need to do is take something like a toothpick or just something pointy and that you can use to lever it out. Take it here. There's a small pin on the side, if you can see that. You're probably looking at it right there, yeah. And what I do, basically, I just stick it in, pull it out, and I set it aside so I don't lose it. That keeps the firing pin in place. And the firing pin is right here. Here we go. This is the firing pin. This bit here hits the end of the cartridge and sets it off. This is what makes the gun fire. So if we take this out, the gun is disabled, basically. But there's more to do. There's more to do here, because now we have to push the bolt back, and we gotta get this little nub thing here out. You see that? Yeah, this little thing. Because then once that comes out, the bolt comes out. So we gotta turn it a little so it'll get out, and then pull it up and out. There we go. Yeah, see? Here we go. Little thing. Little fun little thing. And now it should slip right out. Here we go. Here's your bolt. Yeah. It's pretty neat, you know. So then when you want to put it back together, you just do the same things. This is gonna take a second. This can be some rough shit sometimes. But usually you don't take the bolt carrier apart if you're, actually gonna use the gun anytime soon. This is for like cleaning when you're not using it. It's not really part of a standard field strip, but it's kind of. It's basically a field strip. Okay, hold on. This is gonna take a second. I had the bolt in upside down. That's not a good idea. Alright. It's back in. So now that you've got the bolt in there, you push forward and back into place where it's supposed to be. Don't twist it. Don't twist that thing, or else it's gonna be loose. And now you take the firing pin. Believe it or not, wherever it went. It's hard to lose a firing pin. I didn't lose it. Here it is. See? Here we go. That's your firing pin, baby. Make sure it's all the way in, or else it's not going to get plugged. And then you take the pin, this little pin, little kind of thing, and you just put it back where you found it, It just goes right back in. Locks the firing pin in place. It should, anyway. Keeps it from just flying back out of the bolt carrier, and it's not going in for some reason. This gun could use a bit of lube. There we go. It's reassembled. Always do that to check and make sure the firing pin is not loose, because if it is, the gun's not going to work. It could explode. Well, it might not explode, but basically, it could. In theory, it could probably explode as a gun. It does that sometimes. So now that you have your bolt carrier back together, you're gonna want to take the upper receiver. Okay, you're gonna want to take the upper receiver. You're gonna just set it somewhere nice. Ideally, you would have two hands for this, but if you can't, you can't. Take your charging handle. Now this is what lets you pull the bolt back from outside. This interfaces with the bolt carrier, pulls it back, and you can rack the side and empty around, or you can remove a round without firing it, basically. It's it's how you cock the gun, as they say. Then you take the bolt carrier, you slip it in there, and then you've got, hold on, you gotta make sure that's in there or else it's not gonna go in. No, it's fucking with me. Hold on. There you go. There you go. There you go. Completed upper receiver. Take the lower receiver. You're going to want to put that buffer back in. And putting it in is a lot easier than taking it out, because if you see here, there is a little button thing there that you have to get with like your thumbnail. So you can pull it out, and it's a tube, so it's under pressure. It's a buffer tube spring thing. So when you press that button down, and you're putting like all your thumbnail force into it, the spring just rockets out and tries to break your thumb. So yeah, it's not fun to take out. But once you put it back in, it's very easy. I'll show you just how easy it is. Literally just slots right back into place, and there you go. And then you reset the trigger. You put it on safe. Pull the trigger, make sure it's actually safe, and you're good. You're great. So with your lower receiver complete, then you can take the magazine and put it in here if you'd like. This is just for show. This is just a demonstration. Okay. It's in there. This is a 30-round magazine, and you see here, you can see actually where the ammunition goes.
Oh
so,
my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
It's right along here for obviously. Press it in, and you know you push rounds in, and it's got a spring in there, and it depresses and it coils up, and all the ammunition goes down there, you know. And so it sits up here, and when the bolt comes along, it just grabs it by the ass and pushes it into the barrel, into the chamber, and then you can fire. And then when you want to reload, just press this, and the magazine drops out. Preferably you don't drop it, because it does have a spring in there, and you can break it pretty easily if you fuck up. So ideally don't drop it, just pull it out, like hold it when it drops. It's just this button here. And the great thing is, normal trigger discipline, you don't keep your finger on the trigger, you keep it out here on the magwell. You can also very easily reach the magazine release. So if you want to just dump out a magazine for no reason, it's pretty easy. Now I'm going to put the upper and lower receiver together. And there you have it. The gun's back together. Mikey, jump scare. Okay, so to load it, you just want to, here. So, first you want to pull back the, fucking evil fucking cat. You pull the trigger, you dry fire it. See? That was the firing pin. And then just do this a lot. Oh, sorry.